rules the nation with version.
All right, so we're here with Shanti Jordan. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with you, bud. About what's coming up and what you've been into for the last, the last event.
What's coming up? I got a fight August 27th in Southern California against another undefeated heavyweight prospect named Joe Hanks. He had basically fought once before in the amateurs in the National Golden Gloves, and I beat him every round basically. And I guess for some reason he think he can beat me as a pro.
Okay.
So I'm showing his hoe gotta go basically.
I see. So how long you been in the fight game, bro?
I started training in 2002 and I had my first amateur fight in 03.
And tell me about that transition, get into where you are now. How'd you get to the pro level in such a short period of time?
Well, I ended up getting ranked number 2 in the United States as an amateur. So that's like basically ranked number 2 nationally. So I was doing pretty good in like the national tournaments and I was beating some of the top guys. So I felt it was time to go ahead and go pro.
Okay.
Go ahead and get in there.
Did you have any trouble staying with your weight class? Did you ever think to fluctuate down to a welter or a super middleweight, or were you always a heavyweight?
Yeah, always was a heavyweight. Always over 200 pounds.
Okay.
Yep.
So tell me this about this as we kind of, what do you think the pro game is going right now? You know, the thing right now seems to be overwhelming popularity is this Ultimate Fighting, this Ultimate Fighting network, and the traditional boxing has sort of faded back a little bit. What's your perspective on this Ultimate Fighting thing, and in respects to how it's affecting the pro boxing game right now?
Well, people, I guess they like seeing that super blood and gut and elbows to the face and everything. And that's basically, a lot of people like seeing that, so I guess that's where it's at. But at the end of the day, people like seeing a real good boxing match, because it's, it's more skill to boxing than just, hitting somebody with elbows. It's a 50-50 chance with that kind of stuff, as far as I'm concerned. Boxing, you got to use your skills. Yes, so basically, a good matchup between 2 good fighters is going to be a very interesting fight, and they've been doing that lately. So I think that's why they been matching everybody up with good fighters against good fighters lately too. So we can go ahead and match and get our fan base back again.
Yes, indeed.
And they starting to also put us on regular television channels too, like ESPN, more on ESPN instead of HBO, because everybody can't afford HBO and Showtime and everything else. If you got basic cable, you can watch ESPN most definitely.
Yeah. So you think your fan base will be there still?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me something about your background. Did you come from what motivated you to get into boxing from the very beginning?
Well, actually, I used to watch it, and then also my grandfather, Shanti Jordan, he used to box himself. Yeah, he was a pro and amateur first, and then had like 19 pro fights himself. So other than that, I guess I got my inspiration from him, and just watching it in general, just end up liking it.
Well, we really try to connect what we can do to kind of motivate and inspire young people. You being a young guy yourself, growing up in a challenging environment.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you talk about that area where you grew up in San Francisco and how you were able to navigate away from some of the negative influences that kept you on the positive?
Well, I grew up in basically Bayview, Hunters Point, which is in San Francisco, and pretty tough neighborhood, and seen a lot, and been through a lot, and I got introduced to this guy named Eric Martin, who was my first trainer, and he pretty much just me taking an interest into boxing itself kind of strayed me away from doing all the negative things I was doing at the time.
Yes, sir.
And also, it got me to the point where I'm at now. I dedicated myself to this strictly training and boxing, and just being a good man at heart. And it's all about being positive and being a good role model. And I feel me doing this, coming from the neighborhood I came from, I think it'll be a big influence on some of the other young ones that's coming up.
Yes, we appreciate that. That's what it's all about. So talk about the discipline of boxing itself, and or committing yourself to something health-wise, your nutrition-wise, your conditioning.
Yeah, go neck and neck.
How that is.
Well, you got to eat right, and just to feel right, basically, and keep your weight down, and running, it's a whole bunch to it. Like I still work right now as of right now, but for this next fight, I'm taking the whole full 5 to 6 weeks off so I can just get boxing 100%. And you know, fighting a tough guy, so I want to be in the best shape I can get in. But other than that, you got to eat right, and the dedication is first though. You got to show up to the gym and put in your hours, and your running, you got to do all that. And it was kind of hard when I first started. Then I end up getting in the whole groove of it, and then dedicated my time boxing first. You know, I don't like losing, so the boxing is done first thing first. Yeah.
Do you see, what do you think boxing needs to do as a discipline, to be a discipline, to help get the interest or regain the interest of young urban youth? What do you think that needs to happen?
I think each city needs to get some kind of boxing program going, and put the effort into keeping it kind of funded and being able to send the kids on little tournament trips. You know, that's what made it interesting for me. I like fighting out of the state, or you know, it's like you get away from your home environment. It's something different. You show more interest, and it keep it live. You know, instead of just the same old. You get boring just idling doing the same thing.
And you see those programs being more prevalent now, or back when it wasn't that long ago, but you see the same program that sparks your interest. Does it still exist in your area?
Nah, we don't have no boxing gym in our area in Bayview. That's why I wouldn't mind getting something going sometime next year. Hopefully the city can kind of fund the situation. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the bid in now. Start, trying to get a baby born with it and raise that baby, and hopefully we can get it started.
What program was it that got you into the amateur? Was it a specific program?
No, it's myself. It's myself.
Never was a program.
No program. I see myself as a good boxer and somebody to keep an eye out for, and the boss is coming. I'm coming to fire a few people this year, and the next year I'm going for it, period.
All right.
Well, out here in Fairfield, I'm helping volunteer at the Matt Garcia Center. I also train there, so basically I'm like a role model there also. A lot of the kids look up to me, and I feel I'm their inspiration. I'm on to fight. And actually we had a few kids. This one kid, he had his first amateur fight this week in a tournament, and he won his first fight. And my coach told me that he got robbed the second fight.
Tell me a little bit about this program. They have an opening for ages. What time if someone's interested in getting involved in that program, what's available?
Well, basically boxing and basketball, and they got a few other programs trying to get birthed right now. And it's just started last year, towards the end of last year, so it's still a work in process.
Are you seeing a growing interest in the boxing aspect of it?
Yeah, we're having a lot of kids.
Available? What ages are
It's 5 to 6 days a week. So the ages is like I think for the whole center is from 12 to 17 or 12 to 18.
Yeah.
We're trying to get it to where to be a lower age, so hopefully that can happen.
All right. Well, I appreciate what you're doing for the community. All right? Yes, and every little bit helps.
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.